What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another movie review. I'm Chase Lee, reviewing for DallasMovieScreenings.com, and the movie I want to take a look at right now is Babyteeth. Now, this one comes from IFC, it is directed by Shannon Murphy, and this one stars Eliza Scanlon as Milla, and she's a seriously ill teenager at this point, late stages of cancer when we jump into the story at the beginning. She starts falling in love with a drug dealer named Moses, and she starts bringing Moses around to her parents' house. Her parents are very resistant, as they should, and the parents are being played by Ben Mendelsohn and Essie Davis. And that's basically it. The film just kind of cuts between their Milla and Moses' relationship, her parents' relationship with each other, how the parents interact with, like her music teacher, interact with the neighbor across the street. It's a real kind of free-form, loose style of storytelling, and that kind of reflects in the cinematography and kind of the way it's directed too. And I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily, but that's basically what the plot is, just kind of going all over the town, really being intimate with these people and getting inside their lives. And so, going into it, I think I saw like one trailer, and I'm cool with that. The thing is with IFC, you just never know what you're going to get. It could be something great, and I will praise it to the moon and back, or it could be something bad, and I'm just going to get lambasted on the internet. That's just the way it works. So with this one, I saw it last night, and I can't really decide whether it's like slightly above just being okay, or like slightly just a hair below being good. So I don't know really where I'm going to fall. So let me talk it out with you guys, and maybe I can come to a conclusion. Just maybe. I'm usually indecisive with everything in life, so we'll see. So what I really liked about the approach to this story is that it feels very intimate. It feels very personable. It feels, just really intense with the drama. It feels really brash with the comedy. There's something kind of about the approach to it where it feels, like I said, kind of free form, kind of loose. It just kind of does its own thing, and it doesn't really have any rules, which I guess is kind of good because your main character is also trying to break her own, moral standings and her codes, and she's just kind of being free because she knows that she might not have that much longer to live, so she's just kind of doing her own thing and just being, living life to the fullest type of deal. And so the way this film is directed and the way it is shot, the way it is written, it just feels very authentic and kind of this like raw sense of energy. Like it's this down to earth type of film that also can pull from, genuine human emotion and really kind of get you. Because this is also a film that balances comedy and drama very, very well. The comedy is not that much, but when it happens, it's brash, it's kind of sudden. And I like that kind of snarkiness to it because this is a girl that is literally on her last days, and she's looking at life just with a kind of dark sense of humor, but at the same time, she just wants to live it to the fullest with, her new boyfriend and her parents as much as she can, because she has no idea when that day is going to come. But yeah, it's a good mix of comedy and drama, and I found myself laughing in one scene, and then would cut to the next scene, and I would be tearing up a bit, and just even thinking about the ending and what that represents. It just gives me chills. So yeah, I really like the way this film was approached in terms of visual storytelling, in terms of character, directing. It's just, like I said, just kind of freeform all over the place. Some of the cinematography is a bit weird because it'll stay on a certain shot and it'll just move for the sake of movement. I don't really know if that works, but that's not enough to downplay my grade. But I think the overall vision that Murphy had for this film is pretty, like I said, intimate, intense, and emotional. Character-wise, I really found myself adoring every single person, even though every single person had problems, and very, very apparent problems. Her parents were taking morphine, taking pills, like they were trying to cope with this in the worst way possible and just numb the pain and the suffering that they know that they're going to have to go through when her daughter eventually passes. So there's definitely some deeply emotionally
like layered stuff there, and I really just found myself connecting to her parents, to Mila, to Moses. Moses, by the end of it, I actually started to like, and so I think that's just the great kind of like writing work of the characters. It's just all of them are very lovable, but they all have flaws, and that's what makes them human, and that makes them really well written characters. So the performances are really good. Eliza Scanlon as the lead, really commanding, just a person that doesn't know how to express her emotions because of what she is going through with like chemo and everything, but when she explodes. So she bottles everything up, and when she unleashes, and you can feel that pain and that anger whenever she exudes it. It's really good stuff. And then, well, actually, let me get to the gentleman that plays Moses, Toby Wallace. He's also really good. He plays a drug dealer, and he's super likable. A little creepy at first, but when you start to get to know him, he is actually a very sweet person. And he knows that, Mila just wants him there, just wants his presence and his being, and he's just there to support her. And that's all his character needs to do. He's got demons that he's fighting on as well, but, we don't really focus on it that much. But it's just a really loving relationship. The two parents are actually my MVPs for this one. Ben Mendelsohn and Essie Davis. I just saw Essie Davis in The True History of the Kelly Gang, also from IFC, and also shot in Australia. But, yeah, she's really great as the mom. I just want to see more of this woman. I think she was also in The Babadook, which I've seen that as well, so she's on a hot streak in my eyes. And then Ben Mendelsohn's always been my favorite ever since I saw him in Bloodline many, many, many years ago on Netflix, and now he's just exploded as an actor. But it's so nice to see him do something as big in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then come back to his roots and kind of do something a little bit more grounded and a little bit more emotional. And he delivers it in spades. And it's just, these types of films are really great stories for these actors to flex their talent. And I really just appreciated everything that everyone did in this movie, but the parents in particular, just knowing like what they were going through. He was definitely having some insecurity issues with his marriage, and he was taking drugs, and like it's just, you can see them crumbling right before your eyes, and like they portrayed it so well. They didn't overcook it, overdo anything. It was just the right amount of like acting to where it was just really believable, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, I don't know what else more to say about it. I think as I talk about it, I actually like it more than I thought I did. So I'm going to give it a B- for this one. I would give it the minus only because, some of the cinematography is too loose. Some of the characters do get the back burner, even though this is a 2-hour long movie. I actually could have seen a longer version of this, a mini series or just something with it really focusing on not only the main character suffering from cancer, but also the people in her life and around her that will ultimately suffer as soon as she passes. I think that would be a really great kind of character study, kind of work with and dive deeper into. But for what we got, I liked it. And I think if you are into these types of movies, go for it. Just be aware that it is dealing with a movie about cancer. I think where the ending is going. And it's a very effective ending. I think the movie, it takes a while to get there in the beginning, just a little bit. Then once it gets there, it kind of just streamlines throughout its entire story, and it lands that ending. I think that's the best way to describe this movie. But yeah, it's good stuff. So if you're into dramas and you want to watch something and cry this weekend, and have a good warm story that will make you showcase all types of emotions, I think this is the one to do it. It hits VOD and select theaters this Friday, June 19th. So that will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee. Please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this in video form. If you like these in audio form, I do have a podcast feed, Reel Me In: a Movie Podcast. Go check out that feed. Subscribe to it if you don't want to see my ugly mug and you just want to have these reviews in audio form. I do both. So there you go. But let me know down below what you thought of Babyteeth. I've been seeing a lot of mixed reviews online, but let me know whether you liked it or loved it, hated it, whatever. I read all the comments, even if I don't reply to all of them. But I will do it for this review, guys. I'm Chase Lee, and tune in next time for whatever I review next. I will see you guys later.